Good afternoon. I'm Dr. Jeff Golden, and I have the incredible honor of serving as the president of the University of Nebraska System. And we are gathered here today for an incredibly important announcement and introduction to the Nebraska community, and particularly to the Kearney community. As many of you may know, yesterday we officially announced the beginning of the 30-day vetting period for the priority candidate for the chancellor of the University of Nebraska at Kearney campus. This announcement gives me really great pride, as since the retirement of Chancellor Doug Christensen, who is a dear colleague and a dear friend, we have been engaged in a very active search with a remarkable search advisory committee. And I want to just take a minute to thank all the members of that search advisory committee, and particularly thank Dr. David Jackson, who chaired that committee. And I would point out that there were not only faculty and staff on that committee, there were not only community members on that committee, but very important to me, all of the other chancellors of the University of Nebraska System sat on that committee as well. I have a strong belief that in the process of academic search, that deans need to help research for deans, department chairs need to help search for department chairs, chancellors need to help search for other chancellors, and who search for presidents, I don't know. We'll have to figure that out at some time in the future. This process was incredibly meticulous. We had the benefit of a world-class search advisory consultation, and as a result of that, we were able to identify several finalists, and from those finalists, we identified a single priority candidate. Before I start to tell you about that candidate, though, I want to take a minute just to compliment and thank Dr. Bisick, Charlie, who is here with us today. Your leadership during this interim period has been truly remarkable. And from day one, you never acted as an interim. You acted as somebody who had tremendous vested value in the future of the Kearney campus, but also as a great partner to our fellow chancellors and to the entire University of Nebraska system. And I hope that you will find a way to stay close to the university even after we get started with the next generation of leadership. So as you probably know from the announcements that were made yesterday, we have selected Dr. Neal Schnoor as the priority candidate for the position of Chancellor of the University of Nebraska at Kearney. Dr. Schnoor, of course, is a Nebraska native. He was born in Norfolk, grew up in Pierce, raised his family in Mendon. He's a first-generation college student, graduate of Wayne State College and the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, and a former faculty member and administrator at UNK. Since 2001, however, he has served as president of the Northern State University in Aberdeen, South Dakota. He has also held positions at California State University, Long Branch, and as a high school music teacher at public schools in Wakefield, Kearney, and Lincoln. Just an amazing history of both internal knowledge of the state of Nebraska, in-depth knowledge, respect, and admiration for the University of Nebraska at Kearney campus, and at the same time, a unique blend of leadership literally across the nation. And I will tell you that in spite of a very broad and very deep slate of candidates for this position, for all of those reasons and others, he stood out. Now, I will also tell you that he married up, but that's something that he can tell you in a few minutes himself, as I hope that he will introduce his wonderful spouse, who's also a Nebraskan that we are very proud to have as part of the first family of UNK. In meeting with him and in reading through the materials and frankly in doing a good number of reference calls myself, including a number of so-called off-list references, his love for higher education, understanding the power of higher education and the importance of all of our campuses, and I underscore all of our campuses, to the future of not just higher education, but to the future of the quality of life and the economic prosperity of Nebraskans rang true. Because what we're looking for is not just somebody who is accomplished on paper, but somebody who is equally charismatic, somebody that is interested in building new, broader, and deeper relationships with elected officials, and most importantly with community members, and with the students, and with the staff, and with the faculty of the Kearney campus. There is also no question that UNK is on the rise. The Kearney campus of the University of Nebraska System is truly a hub of innovation, an engine of progress. In 2024, we opened the Regional Engagement Center, a large public-private partnership that is aimed to connect people across the state and serve as a hub for business, education, and innovation. Last year, we opened the extension of the Fred and Pamela Buffett Cancer Center in Kearney, which is meant to be a hub of world-class cancer diagnosis and care in the central part of our state. And then just next fall, early winter, we're going to open the UNK, UNMC, Rural Health Education Complex number 2, better known as the Douglas Christensen Health Science Education Complex. And so this is the right time, this is the right person, and this is the right place to make this leadership transition, and I'm really proud of that. I know that Dr. Schnoor and his family will be incredible assets to this odyssey and will guide Kearney into the next phase. Now, having said that, we also all know that there's a lot of work to be done. We need to continue to inspire the generosity of the state taxpayer through our legislative team. We need to continue to grow reputation and prominence across all of higher education in the state, and that's a tremendous set of responsibilities as we support the future economic growth and prosperity for every Nebraskan that we encounter. And so now it is my great pleasure to introduce to you the chair of our Board of Regents, Regent Paul Kenney from Amherst, Nebraska. He is not only the chair of our board, but he is also the regent that represents the Kearney district. You have yet to meet a greater champion for the power of higher education than Regent Kenney. And I will tell you, as I've said many times in other venues, the regents are the unsung heroes of the University of Nebraska system. They work incredible numbers of hours. They deal with both the positive and the negative, endless barrage of public input. Believe me, everybody has an opinion on everything. I've learned that as your president. That never seems to go away. And he always does it with a smile and with a very strong value towards what the future of higher education means for the state. So, Regent Kenney, it is my great pleasure to turn the podium over to you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Gold. Charlie, I'd also like to thank you. You've been a great friend, and the bus is in the middle of the road, and it's been going full speed since you took over, so thank you for that. As you know, UNK is an engine in progress for Central Nebraska. It's also an engine of economic development for the region and for Nebraska. $446 million in annual economic impact. $12.3 million in state and local revenue, contributing to 3,663 jobs. I'm personally thrilled that Dr. Schnoor, who has strong ties to Kearney and to UNK, is as well as a track record of success and selected as a priority candidate for this job. Many of my friends also said very good things about you. Well, I just met you not too many days ago. Anyone that has visited UNK knows that the campus is someplace where is really special. We're fortunate to have a candidate who is so familiar with what makes UNK truly a special place. And someone who can speak to that is our next speaker, UNK President and Student Regent Sam Schroeder. Sam?
Well, thank you for that kind introduction, Regent Kenney. Welcome back to Nebraska, Dr. Schnoor. UNK is a really special place, and I think we see that through your example and also with our interim chancellor, Charlie Bisek. Something he always says is no matter how far you go away, you always end up coming back. And I'm excited for the opportunity to see you potentially come back. As the representative of the student body and as a representative from the Chancellor Search Committee, Dr. Schnoor really stood out to us as not only an exemplary leader, but also someone who's student-centered. We had several students on the committee, and we all were under the agreement that Dr. Schnoor has shown a great commitment to students, and we really appreciate that. So I'm excited for this next phase of the Chancellor Search, the priority candidate process, to get to know you and for you to get to know UNK more. So thank you.
Well, thank you, Sam, and thank you for all that you do. Sam is uniquely positioned with us now because not only did he serve as the student body president and student regent for this past academic year, but he's had the courage, maybe even the temerity, to sign up and do it again. And so we are so privileged to have him as one of our student regents. And Regent Kenney, thank you so much for making time in your very busy schedule to be here and for your willingness and involvement to meet with the finalist candidates and to help us make this selection. And so with no further ado, I do want to introduce Dr. Neal Schnoor to you, but I was going to give you your very first collar pin, but it looks like somebody has already done so. So I actually thought we would give you this instead. You will attract, I'm sure, many of these over the years in different formats, but I really wanted the first one to come from us here in Varner Hall, the core of the University of Nebraska system. So congratulations, and the podium is yours, sir.
Thank you.
As is the pen.
Well, thank you for all being here today. It is certainly an honor to be here. Thank you, President Gold, Regent Kenney, and Student Regent Schroeder. I'm truly grateful for the generous introductions and comments. Dr. Gold, I'm honored to be the priority candidate for the position of Chancellor at the University of Nebraska, Kearney, and humbled to accept the public trust you have placed in me. Regent Kenney and Student Regent Schroeder, thank you for reminding all of us that the public trust includes faithfully serving our communities and state, and that providing students with a transformative education is our foundational purpose. The search process, as Dr. Gold mentioned, has been professional and rigorous, and I'm grateful to the search advisory group, including Dr. David Jackson, Chancellors Bennett, Lee, and Davies, and exceptional UNK students, faculty, staff, and community leaders with a passion for our university and our region. My roots are in Nebraska. I taught in public schools in Wakefield, Kearney, and Lincoln, and served UNK for 20 years as a member of the faculty and administration. I've also served in leadership roles, as Dr. Gold mentioned, at 4 regional comprehensive universities in 3 different states. That's why today is a very emotional day for me and my family. Nebraska, Kearney, and UNK are home. Teresa, you are right, Dr. Gold. He's a quick study. I married up, big time.
I recognize it, having done so myself.
Teresa and I will celebrate our 38th anniversary. She didn't want me to say that number because it might give away her age, but 38 years together. We raised our children, Rachel and Graham, in Kearney and Minden. All of us have taken classes at UNK. I took my first graduate class when I was teaching high school band with Arnold Civils. Dr. Bisak, you might remember Dr. Civils. And Teresa walked away with a specialist degree, and our daughter, Rachel, earned a bachelor's degree. Teresa will retire this spring, concluding a career in K-12 teaching and administration, including the last 18 years as principal at Central Elementary School in Kearney. We have shared a life and a passion for education, and together she is going to join me as we recruit future educators to join us in this very rewarding career. We need more teachers, and she is going to help me recruit them. If she does it like she rounds up elementary kids, we're going to have quite a few more. On my recent tour of UNK, it is clear that the university is poised to expand as a center for rural health and wellness, arts and culture, athletics, civic engagement, and as an engine for economic development in the region and state. The faculty and staff that I've met are providing transformative educational opportunities that strengthen our communities, including academic programs that prepare students to think critically and creatively, to solve problems, to be engaged citizens, and to meet critical education and workforce needs. Personally, as a first-generation student, my educational opportunities were transformative, and each day I am driven to ensure similar opportunities for future generations through affordable access, quality academic programs, robust student support, and impactful experiential learning opportunities. I am eager to build on the leadership trajectories of Doug Christensen and Charlie Bisak. I look forward to listening, learning, and engaging stakeholders to advance UNK and Greater Nebraska. As Dr. Gold said, we have hard work ahead. To move from excellent to extraordinary will require innovation, doing ordinary things extraordinarily well, and greater collaboration to maximize the impact of resources. To close, Dr. Gold, thank you for this opportunity to serve UNK and the public trust you have placed in me.
Thank you.